Hi gang, Rob here. It is the afternoon of 26 May 2022. Coming to you today with a knife review. And this one is going to be marked as a paid promotion by KnivesShipFree, my partner in the USA Made Knife Review series. And this is kind of an odd paid promotion. We're looking at today the Spyderco Endela. The one you see in front of the camera here is in that gorgeous blue teal FRN handle with the K390 blade steel. And Jay and the crew at KnivesShipFree did not send me this one for free. I paid for it because I bought it to keep as part of my rotation. And I really wanted to put some time on this K390 blade steel. A funny thing happened on the way to the forum, however. I have a customer who is an expat living in Thailand who I procure and sharpen for. And right after I received this knife for my very own, he sent me a message asking me to pick one up. And I think in the same day or within a couple days, my good buddy and cousin Vinny, Steve Conti Esquire from Maryland, he found an Endela that I was kind of looking for. You guys know I love that Hap 40, and you know that I love the Pack-A-Wood from another retailer. So I decided to keep that one. I don't have it yet, though. We're transferring possession of that at the GEC Rendezvous in a couple weeks. But, so this knife you see is going to Thailand, but I thought before I sent it off, I would do this video because I think the Endela is a pretty cool prospect. And by the way, I dig the K390. I find, although its chemistry certainly differs from CPM M4, it performs a lot like M4 and it performs a lot like Hap 40. It might even be a chemical analog to Hap 40. I have to refresh myself on that. But anyway, superb edge retention, super high hardness while still maintaining toughness. You do sacrifice corrosion resistance with the K390. So if you live in a coastal area or you don't take good care of your knives, don't buy it. But if you love tool steels that perform unbelievably well, K390 is a good gig. But this isn't a steel review. This is a knife review. So because it is a paid promotion video, I'm going to provide an affiliate link in the description underneath this video. That will take you to the Endela page at KnivesShipFree. And if you use that link to navigate to their website and buy a knife, the TheApostleP channel gets a little bit of something in the share a sale account. So that does help the channel when you do that. I encourage you to do it, and I do appreciate it when you do. Okay, enough about that. So what is the Endela? Well, END from Endura, ELA sort of from Delica, right? Or DEL from Delica. So it's part Delica, part Endura. It's halfway in between. And let's take a look. I just happen to have, for brother Timmy, the two others in my possession. He had me buy a full set. So I'm going to try to line up the front of the handle, and sorry about the perspective error, but there's a Delica, and there's an Endura, and I hope you can see this. The perspective is going to throw things off a little, but the handles kind of step their way up, as do the blades, right? So is the Endela the Goldilocks of the Midlock FRN handled Spyderco lockbacks? It might be. And I'll kind of get into how that looks as the video goes on. Just to give you some dimensions, the handle length is 4.69 on the Endela. The blade length is 3.41. The stock thickness on all these is going to be just about the same. around 120 thousandths. The Endura might be a full 1/8 of an inch. And you can see the blade on the Endura a little longer. The blade on the Delica, considerably shorter, I guess you could say. Here's an interesting thing, I think. Let's just focus on the business end of the handle, shall we? If we look at that first curve in the handle, so from here to that first peak, they're almost virtually identical, which I think is pretty cool. The Endela, the Delica in the middle, and the Endura. I should flip these around, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. So the length from the nose of the handle to that first peak, almost the same. You will notice on the Endura and the Endela just a little flare in that radius portion that the Delica doesn't have, but let's say in hand. And all these are sort of 2-finger grooves. There's the Endura. There's the Endela. Can't really tell the difference in hand between the Delica or the Endela and the Endura. The Delica is a little more pinched because it doesn't have that wider section here. I think the Delica is kind of the least comfortable in hand. The Endura might be the most comfortable, but not by much. So it's kind of that's my hand, of course. For you guys, it's going to come down to what fits your hand. And what you can pocket, right? What knife fits in your pocket the best of the three, and where you want the point of the blade in relation to your grip. I think that for me, the Endela is kind of the best of the three in that last characteristic. So from the front of my grip to the tip, where does the tip present? Where does it feel good? I think the Endela is the best one of the three for me. Interesting little Wharncliffe K390 Delica, by the way. So yeah, blade shape is more Endura than Delica, actually, because the sort of bullnose characteristic in the spine is more like the Endura than the Delica, I think. I don't have a bullnose Delica with me, but pretty cool stuff. Yeah, that just, it fits my hand really, really well. Should we backfill the characteristics? We've got the Volcano Grip FRN handle, and guys, I think this teal blue is the most stunning coloration they've ever done on the Volcano Grip FRN. And then you have nested steel liners, phosphor bronze washers, and the Midlock backlock with the buoy dent to keep you from accidentally depressing the lock bar and releasing the blade during gripping, which some people think is silly. I think it's actually a functional deal. The knife comes standard with the polished clip in this configuration. My brother Timmy in Thailand had me buy a bunch of MXG deep carry clips that I installed on these. I've actually got a Stretch 2 K390 also in the same configuration that I'm sending to him. So a very strong, very light knife and lock mechanism, just 3.1 ounces with about a 3 7/16 inch blade, and a lock I've never seen fail on any Spyderco. Brilliantly crafted in Seki City, Japan. And there's your blade steel etch on the ricasso on the show side, and your bug logo. They're just rock solid for the weight, guys. And if you don't mind an FRN knife, and I don't, unless it's, I don't know, a color I hate. This is certainly not a color I hate. I really rather like it. And I think the concept is great, because let's face it, you've got really a very large knife in the Endura, and a knife that for some people is just too small in the Delica. A lot of people are going to want this Endela in their pockets, I think. And let's see, speaking of Knives Ship Free, I'm going to link the product page for the Endela family, okay, in this video, which is going to look like this. So you can see, I think, that we've got the K390 Endela in the upper left, followed by the base model VG10 Endela. Then you've got an Endela Wharncliffe full spider edge, Endela Wharncliffe plain edge. Then you've got the standard blade in full spider edge. Then the Emerson Wave version with the dark navy blue handle. And then the thin blue line version with the blue backspacer and combo edge. And then the thin red line, which has a red backspacer not shown in that picture. That's for first responders. So ranging in price from, what, $92 for the VG10 versions that are neither thin blue or thin red, all the way up to $141 for the knife shown here. So a great variety. And my link will take you to that page so you can choose which Endela works best for you. And in case I didn't mention it, why KnivesShipFree? Well, because it's the best place to buy knives, period. And that's my worst impression of Derek Bone I've ever done. So pretty cool knife, guys. If you're into the Seki City Spydercos and you've been hankering for a mid-size, and the stretch really isn't for you, because the stretch is kind of a mid-size as well. It's great that Spyderco gives us options, isn't it? Options. We love options. I'm obscuring my sponsor's logo. Oh, faux pas. I think that's it for this one. I will let you know when my HAP 40 Endela comes in and see how that pack of wood looks. And by the way, K390, here's my experience. It's super tough, super edge retention. If you're sharpening it, you better bring the diamond, and you better have a while and a lot of patience. But it does take a pretty vicious edge. Let's see. I think this Endela is sharp. I think. I don't remember. Yeah, I do. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, Timmy, coming to you, buddy. Just wanted to get this video in the book before I sent it on. That is all for this one, my friends. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. While I'm on the subject of KnivesShipFree, had a great supper last week while we were on vacation in Tennessee. Heidi and I went out with Jay Rao, CEO of KnivesShipFree, and his beautiful wife, Jessica, who, by the way, parked her car very straightly in the parking lot at Sugar's Ribs, Chattanooga, Tennessee, USA. We had great barbecue. We sat and talked, the four of us, until they kicked us out. And just had a great evening with Jay and Jessica. Great people both. Throw a little business their way. That's it for this one. Talk to you soon, guys.